one thing you again need to understand that the moment I put the sales here, like for example, this is the thing, right? Let's copy this. Let's just paste this here. Please understand that in this, the visual, we are using the sales, right? By default, it always total. Like in pivot also, you have seen that the moment you put any number, it always adds up. But anytime, if you want to do the calculation based on some other calculation average, I want to find out the average of the sales based on these categories. I can always use the averages. See, the number is changed. Now it's telling me the average, which is 177. So it means on an average, throughout the years from this category, this is the same we have done. Sometime it may have gone up to 1,000, 500, 600. So it's taking the average. Simple. Now you may ask me that, okay, so what I want to do is let me put this back to the sum. Okay. Now, one more thing I can do, see, total and average are very different numbers. You agree, right? Average is always going to be a smaller number as compared to the total, because average is, it takes the division, right? But just for your understanding, we can put more number of calculations also on the same header. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sales again here. I want to see the maximum sale also, let's say. Not the average, but the maximum sale. So here I'll say, I'm interested in knowing that if there, day to day we have the data. So what is the maximum sale we have done so far? Maybe I want to take the idea, okay, so maximum is 1,000 and then minimum is, let's say, 50, for example. Then why there is so much of the difference? If the difference is like 1,000 and the minimum is, maximum is 1,000, the minimum is maybe 800, it's fine. It's understandable. Okay, it can happen. But if it's a big variance, sort of those analysis you can do, right? So I say that you give me the maximum sale. And when the maximum sale comes, this is how it's going to look like. Pay attention. Now, see here. This is your sales. This is your max on sale. What happened here now? What happened? Numbers are coming. So you understood that I can put the two same field also again and again, and I can do the different calculation. Right now, if I want, I can put the minimum sale as well. Just to see that what happened on that very day, where we had the minimum sale. So now the problem here is that on the one side, you're adding the entire sale, right? This age 1 to 2. In the background, how the calculation is happening. On the 1 to 2, it's checking the total sale. Obviously, the number will be very big. As compared to now, you have asked that on this very same category, tell me what is the highest sale. Now, the highest sale will be calculated based on each day entry. However, the total is happening for the years or 3 years data you are taking, right? So, line by line on any day, let's say somebody has done 283 sale, which is the highest one, for example, maybe 1,000. It cannot do the justification with the overall number. In the y-axis, this is how the data will show up then. Because this number and this number, they have no comparison, right? So this is wrong to do. If I remove the total sale from here, then still you don't see that, because maybe the minimum sale is somewhere there. It might be 1 or 2 minimum sale. So the y-axis works accordingly. So what I'm trying to say is that when you put the different number of things also in the same axis, make sure that, because y-axis will be 1 only, right? So it should not happen that on the here you are using one field which has a number like 2,000, 3,000, and on the other side there is another field which is not even exceeding more than 100. Because in that way, people will not like this presentation. Okay, but just for your understanding, you can do that. Okay, so I'm just going to put this again here. So I have a sales and I have a sales. Okay, so one sale is average and one sale is total and one sale is max. Okay, now the next point. So Ajay, okay, we understand this point, but then this is of no use because of the so much, the difference between the data points, right? Yeah. So if I have something else, for example, if I want to calculate something where the two different fields are almost the same, in that case, yes, you can do that. You can do that, right? Now, for example, if I remove the total sale, let's see that. See that? Average and max. Average obviously is a small number. Max is also small number. So here it's quite making sense. if I want, I can show these things. Okay, so this is my maximum sales. Maximum sale happened in this category. And about the average of the sales, they're almost the same. 137, 145. Okay, this is how it is. Now, let's create the copy of this. I'm going to tell you one more thing, which is in continuation to this. You see, I'll put here the sales only. Yeah, sales only. But now I want to put the average also. If I put the average here, average number will not be in the sync with the total because average is too small. It's not going to show up here, isn't it? Because the average will be like 7.5, 8.5. So there's no way. And when I hover here, you see that it tells me this is the sale, 7535. Okay. So these are the sales which is coming. I'm not able to see the average because that option somewhere here and it's not visible. So till the time I will not hover my mouse on that particular, the column, this vertical, the bar, I won't be able to see that. But now what I do is, I said, okay, average I have to show. Then what I will do in this tooltips, I will put that field, same field. I will put that in the tooltips, right? You will have this tooltips in many other visuals as well. And I say that, okay, you go and change to the average. Okay. Now if I hover back here, fantastic. I can see that the visual. No, you will not see. But what does tooltip does? What does tooltip this option does? It basically starts giving you the number of that field as well. So in a way, I can't see the visual of that, but I can gather the more information here. So I want to see one more thing, highest sale. Why not? I want to see one more option. The tooltip is very useful. If I have to provide a lot of information in single, the visual, I can do that. Maximum sale happened 1500, 299, minimum sale 1, average is this and all that stuff. So this is your tooltips. Don't get confused with this tooltips and the tooltip which we did yesterday. You remember there was a tooltip option here. Where is it? This one. What is it? This is all about that when you hover, you see the information. If I off it, you will not see anything, right? And then if you remember, we said we want to change the colors. We want to make this more attractive. So we said that the value color and the background color, all that, let's try to change this. Okay, so I'll go in the background first. So let's say use maybe, okay, I'll use the black one. Right now, nothing is visible, as you can see. So label color, I'll use maybe. Okay. Right? So this option, tooltip, is different from the option, the tooltip you use under the field access. This is all about that you want this information or not. And then you want to customize this, yes or not. Okay. So, but this is about if that option is on, then what else you want? If you want to show the other information, so you can do that. Okay. So this tooltips is different and that is different. However, if you off the option over there, this will not be visible. Anytime you want to delete this, you can delete this. I have already told you, you can simply go and remove the things from here. Okay. So we have covered this, the clustered column, the visual. Okay. And of course, what we have done is in this particular thing, now we will, so tooltip feature is there. Okay. And same field. And we added again and again with different calculation. And then we also talked about the date hierarchy. So I'll just go and put the numbers here. Date hierarchy. If you have a date in your data, date hierarchy, off and on, you can do that easily. All right. So this covers the clustered column, the visual. Now let's move ahead. So here I'm just going to write tooltip. Tooltip. Let's use the insert. We should have some, there has to be a way to write the comments in case we want to write something on this page. Yes, you can simply select the text box here. This is a text box, right? And here I can write. So here we have seen how one field can be used in the same axis. However, it may lead to the wrong presentation to the due to the big variance, the difference in the effective fields. So like I'm showing the sale and the profit. Now profit is 20%, but when you put that profit with the sale in the y-axis, sale is 700, profit is let's say 20%. So Excel or the BI will treat that 20% as 0.2. So that means your graph, which it is going to create for the profit, it's going to be below 0, 0.2. Few decimals above 0. No, and it looks like the picture is wrong, though the picture is correct. So instead of that, because the two data types are very different data types, right? One is percentage, other is number, or maybe other way around. They have the same number data type as number, but the difference is huge. We can always go and use them in the different ways, like the one I showed you, or maybe in future also I'll tell you that we can have another axis also. Okay, so then we have seen the tooltip also, tooltips, which we have used here from the field option. Right? Objective is to have more information in the same chart. Okay, so let me just Control A and let's just make this bold, make this readable. Yeah, so this is for you. So you remember that what we're going to do here. Okay,